running west on Bayless, orange shorts. Better stop! Better stop! Put your hands behind your back.
A normal workday for an Escambia County deputy suddenly turned into a breathtaking chase when a suspect decided to flee into the nearby dense forest. Everything started from a routine traffic stop on a quiet residential road. The patrol officer approached the white sedan to ask the driver and passenger for their identification. Inside the vehicle were a female driver and a middle-aged man in the front passenger seat. Initially, the atmosphere seemed quite cooperative, as the officer held a brief conversation to gather information and check for any unusual signs inside the cabin. After receiving the documents, the officer returned to the patrol car to perform a records check on the specialized onboard computer. The system began analyzing data to see if these individuals had any criminal records or outstanding warrants. However, while the check was underway, the officer unexpectedly glanced through the windshield and spotted the male passenger suddenly opening the door, stepping out, and bolting toward the intersection ahead. Recognizing the suspicious behavior and signs of flight, the officer immediately left the computer task, opened the patrol car door, and sprinted in pursuit at full speed. The intense chase unfolded across the open grass fields along the small road. The fleeing suspect was a man in a white t-shirt and red shorts, constantly looking back to gauge the distance from the officer following closely behind. The officer shouted continuous commands for the suspect to stop, but the man completely ignored them, attempting to accelerate his escape. He crossed a large grassy area before quickly diving straight into a dense forest with thick trees and tangled brush to hide and evade the authorities. The officer, with persistent stamina and high determination, did not hesitate to dash into the deep undergrowth, disregarding the rugged terrain and natural obstacles in the way. Rapid footsteps echoed through the quiet woods as the officer tracked every trace and movement of the fugitive. Thanks to agility and extensive experience, the officer quickly closed the gap, cornered the suspect from behind, and executed a decisive takedown, pinning the suspect to the damp ground among the bushes.
Larry.
Even after being closed in, the suspect still resisted slightly, forcing the officer to use standard procedures to secure his hands behind his back and apply handcuffs. As the cuffs locked around his wrists, the chase officially concluded. The suspect gasped for air, accepting his capture after the failed escape attempt. At this moment, a half-smoked cigarette still hung from his lips, his face showing visible exhaustion and total disappointment as his escape plan was swiftly shattered. The officer then helped the suspect to his feet and escorted him step by step out of the dense forest, back to the paved road where the patrol car was parked. A backup patrol unit quickly arrived at the scene to assist in securing the area and managing the incident. The officers performed a quick search of the suspect to ensure he carried no dangerous weapons or contraband, while double-checking the handcuffs for maximum safety before putting him in the vehicle. The fugitive was then led to the back of the patrol car to be placed in the rear seat for detainees. The entire arrest process was conducted professionally, swiftly, and in strict compliance with law enforcement regulations. The quick reaction, courageous spirit, and determination of the officer not to let the perpetrator escape helped ensure order for the neighborhood while sending a strong message about the strictness of the law. This reckless suspect will now face not only the initial charges, but also additional counts of resisting arrest and evading law enforcement during the line of duty.